I also basically I'm gonna teach you how to make the Night Fury um, figurines. I don't have any black paper, so I'm using white. So what you're gonna do next is, of course, start the head. So we all know how the Night Fury head works. Oh, I kind of made it too. I'll put my down my phone real quick so that way I can show you all what I've done. So I'll show you what I did for um how to make these little knife ear figurines, such as this one. So basically, it's just a little detail. You just add some details. Um, First, you're going to start with the mouth, of course, so that way you know how big you want the dragon or toothless or the knife fury to be. Um, and of course, you are such as like this. You are, of course, it's gonna be looking like this, and then as soon you get the mouth, and of course you attach the mouth with the ears, well not the ears, but the nubs. I forgot what you call them. I don't know if it's called the nubs or some sort like that, but it's more like the ears. I know the ears are like right here, but let's. Oh shoot. Alright, so once you get the head, you're going to want to cut them out. So once you're finished cutting, your head is going to look like this. And now we're going to go for the neck. Go for neck. So how I do this is, of course, lining this up with the head, of course. Basically making sure it lines up with the head. And then if you want to use a ruler to make it look straight, you're more than welcome to. But overall, I'll show you all that that it's a little there's a bunch of, like, if you want, like I said, if you want to use a ruler, that's fine, but you don't have to. This is something that if you want to make it look neat, you could just sketch it and then make it so that way, of course, since Toothless has that long little neck for Hiccup to ride on him. I'll cut forward once you're all done. So now, your neck is gonna look like this. I know I kind of went overboard, but basically that's how it's gonna look like. And of course, you're gonna cut that off. The reason why I put these two lines is because you're gonna glue it. You could use any glue. You could use this one or any glue stick or any type of glue that like you'd like to use. But so basically, those small little oh my god, I'm bad shapes. But basically, right here is where you're gonna glue where either the neck or the body. So once you're done with the neck here, of cutting it up, you know, you see this right here. You know, fold those like inward on one side and outward. Basically looks like a Z, like a little miniature Z. And this part is we're gonna use a glue. Oh, there we go. We're gonna use a glue and basically glue this part on to the head. Make sure it's lined up. It doesn't have to be that perfect, but for me, I'm willing to make things perfect. But basically, once you've attached the head to the neck, you've actually made the head part with the neck, such as this one. Boop, boop, boop. But now we're going to be headed for to make the body. Now let's do the body. So how we do it is, of course, you're gonna make an oval leg, and make sure the neck is also apart, or like lines up with the body too, so that way it's not too big or not too small, but just right. Okay, I just did the Goldilocks reference. But anyways, so kind of like this. So basically, make sure you're doing a little oval. You can make it as long, or make sure, but not too long, but you can make it a little bit smaller, but not too small. Enough for the wings to be put on here. So as I'll skip it to where I'll show you how the body will look like. So once you're done cutting the body part, you're gonna attach the head to the body and make sure it lines up with the body too. So we're gonna glue this part on the wherever you want to like have the tail, or basically where you want to add the head to. And then once you added the head, you can bend it so that way it could look like this. So right now we'll be doing the tail. So basically, once you got the tail, once you're basically doing the tail, it's sort of like a long triangle, of course. So of course you're gonna kind of, I'll put the phone down, but basically I'll show you how. Basically, make sure it lines up with the body too. So basically, you can, like I said, you can either use a ruler or anything else. But yeah, and basically it's just a little touch up here. And of course, make sure you have room for the other paper, because basically you want to add the tail fin, of course, for the knife fury. So basically, like I said, this is going to be like a long triangle, a very, very long triangle, like probably like from like the size of my hand. But basically, I'll basically show you what to do with the tail fins. So first, I'm gonna basically do the upper fin tail, or tail fin. And then make sure there's some, don't forget the bone part, because so that way you know where to put in the fin. Same thing over here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be really perfect, but it's just something that if you want to do. Now, this part is a little, does get a little tricky, so not tricky, but like kind of like difficult if you're trying to like look for perfection. But like I said, there's something that's really, it doesn't have to be really perfect. So what we're gonna do is, if you want to do the toothless, then we're gonna start from here. But if you still want to do just a regular night fury, and we're just gonna add the fins here, and then of course we're gonna add the little bone for the knife here to close and open. And of course, if you want to do toothless and leave it like that, that is fine. But if you do not, then we're gonna do the same thing here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, so I know mine ain't imperfect, but overall. So basically, once you're done with that, let's fix this part though. All right, so once you get all that done, basically you're gonna cut all of this, and I'll show you basically. Just cut all of the lines. Like I said, if you do not want to have, if you want to make toothless, you could leave this part out. But overall, yeah. So basically, once you're done, your tail is gonna look like this. First, we're gonna add the. We're gonna add the glue here, so that way the tail can be perfect in place. So now once that part is glued, you're gonna line it up kind of like this. Your knife fury should be looking like this now. So now we're gonna do the wings. Grab a new sheet of paper and then use the knife fury as a little outline for, or the little base for the wings. So once you do that, you're gonna line where the start and where it ends. So basically, once you get like the little shoulder part, make sure you have it a little bit slightly this, like going inward, and then making sure, since that there's a little some of it going out too around here. And then I know this, we're making a knife here, but this is just the base. So basically we're just gonna, I know this ain't the knife here, but this is just the base of it. So once you're done all that, you're gonna make the part here just a little detail-y if you want to make your own little detail for the knife fury. But basically, just make it a little bit bigger. Maybe a little bit smaller, but a little bit bigger, like this. And then erase this part, and this is just the base of the knife fury. So we're gonna add the lines 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Let's fix this part though. So basically it should look like this for your wings. And then we're gonna just basically make sure they look like bat wings, of course. So, and make sure it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Make sure there's 6 line, or 5 and including 6, because it's like a 6-finger thing. But basically, once you're all done with that, you could you could if you want to fix this. I'm gonna fix this part, but yeah. Once you're done with the wings, you're gonna use it to outline the other wing, so that way it could be a little bit similar. So basically, kind of like outlining the wings and basically making sure it also lines up. So once you're done outlining the wings, it's gonna look like this. Besides, I just basically did some details, but yeah. And then you're gonna do the same thing as cutting the wings out. Now you have your wings, and meaning that you can attach the wings to your night fury. So, so if you put in the glue here for both of them, then you're able to put in the wings. So we'll add the right wing, and now the left. And now we just have, basically, all we have left is the legs. Right now we're gonna do the front legs. And by doing that, we're just gonna start with the top of the leg, or the front legs. And then add kind of like a little, since he has kind of like a little bare feet, we're gonna add a little more of a, what do we call it, like a bare foot than the light fury. And then we're gonna do the same over to the front, the other leg. So basically, once you add the feet, you're gonna cut them out and then place them on here. So basically, for both feet, you're gonna fold this part and then this part forward. Basically, kind of like this. Oop. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the back legs. Since you now have both feet on, you have officially made your night fury figurine. Of course, if you want to make it glide, you can just use the extra pieces and just glue kind of like this, and then along with the tail too. So make sure it's kind of curved like this if you want to make it glide. Otherwise, it might work, but it won't be like this. I know he does not have legs, but I guess you can say he's legless.